Hi everyone, hope you're doing alright and welcome to another YouTube video. So it's autumn in the UK, which as a lot of you will know is that magical time of year that us photographers go absolutely crazy for, but it's also quite a kind of delicate, waiting, patient game for whether or not we'll get the conditions. Yeah, sure, we might have a lovely woodland with some incredible colour, but we'll get that mist and fog that makes those photos we take even more magical. Or worse than that, will a storm rip through and strip all the trees of their leaves and frankly ruin it for this year anyway, and we'll just have to kind of wait until next year to go and take our photos. We always have this kind of nervous, patient waiting game to see what it's like. I've come up to the Scottish Highlands. There's no place better in the UK to do woodland photography than some of the incredible areas and forests and woodlands that they have up here. And I'm in a place called Glen Affric, which a lot of you will be super familiar with, and if you're not, it's probably one of the best places in the UK to go and shoot autumn woodland. Now, here's the thing. It's first thing in the morning, as you can see, pretty dark out there, and I don't know whether or not there are going to be leaves left in the glen, frankly. I came up to Scotland a few days ago, and Storm Amy really did blow through this part of the UK and do a lot of damage to some of the trees. There are some kind of pretty remote oak woodlands that I go to, and I checked one of them out to go and take some photos, and it was absolutely obliterated, which is really kind of a shame to see, actually. I know it's all part of nature's cycle, but I don't know, I just felt a bit upset seeing all these places that I'd been to just frankly destroyed by the storm. So I came up in the dark last night. I'm staying in this lovely little woodland hut in the kind of thick of the woods. It's super atmospheric, actually, and I don't know what the state of the foliage is like, so fingers crossed it's all going to be fine and okay when I get out there. Let's go out and start taking some photos. Well, I've just jumped out of the car and the light is up now, and there's plenty of foliage left on pretty much all of the trees, actually. If I just spin you around, I mean, it's absolutely magnificent. What a place. Most of the birches have got all of their leaves on, actually, or almost all of them. Some of them are still a bit green, and this bracken down here has really turned a lovely auburn ochre, browny, reddy orange. Oh, it's going to be amazing. Get a bit of light on some of that, and it's going to explode. And of course, this place is known for the incredible lichen and old growths on all of these branches and trees in this really ancient woodland. So yeah, I'm happy. I'm going to get stuck into things and start taking some shots, actually, while it's still nice and overcast, which is probably one of the better conditions that you can shoot woodland in. You don't get any of that speckled light, harsh light stripping out all of the vibrance from the foliage. And there's not much wind at all either, actually. So the leaves are really still, which is going to make shooting easier. So yeah, I'm going to get stuck into things. The thing about Glen Affric is that whilst it's an absolutely incredible place to photograph, and there's, almost limitless possibility for making images, it's also an absolutely giant place. And it's easy to make the mistake of thinking on your first time up here you'll be able to cover it in 1 or 2 days. Absolutely no chance of that. I think it's about 9.1 meters, 9.1 miles from the power station where you turn off left down the single track one-way road. It's 9.1 miles from there to the Glen Affric car park between the two locks, and then it's a further 4.7 meters to the end of Glen Affric, and you have to walk that by foot as well. And there are all kinds of turn-offs and pathways to explore. There's just so much woodland everywhere. You are going to need, if you really want to explore and cover this place, several trips over several years to get the to make the most of it, really. And for that reason, it can almost feel a bit tricky or difficult. Well, it is a difficult place to shoot, and you know, whereas everything looks incredible and beautiful, trying to find those unique scenes which are really distinct, you know, you're going to have to do a little bit of exploring. Having said that, when you are driving along the approach road after you've turned left and you're heading towards the car park, I'd encourage you to keep your eyes peeled. You know, don't just put your foot down and try and get all the way down to Glen Affric. It's also a really windy road as well, so you're going to have to slow down a little bit, but that's going to let you keep your eyes out and be on the lookout for anything interesting that you might want to shoot. And if you see something that looks good, it probably is good, and I'd encourage you to just pull off. There's a few car parks along the way, pull over and go and have a little explore, because there's just some really good shots, good stuff that you'll see immediately, and you know, it's well worthy of having a little shoot. I've stopped off at one of those scenes here, and yeah, it's a lovely little scene. These couple of downy birch here, and lost a bit of their leaves now, sadly, so I hope I'm going to find some scenes with a bit more foliage on them. And I first shot these back in December 2023, I think it was. It was in the depths of a hoarfrost, and I mean, it was just a completely different experience. I'll pop the image down here on the screen for you to see. I came back again last year, shot the same scene again, and it was just completely different at the height of autumn. Yeah, it's a lovely scene. Lots of people have shot it now, so you know, it's a great example of just when you're driving down that approach road, keep your eyes peeled, because there's plenty of stuff to shoot. And you know, you might not even make it to the car park at the end if you've got nice light and good conditions, and that's fine too. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled. Well, hello again, folks. This is the end of the road for this trip. I think it's my last morning, and I've come back to one of my favourite glens called Strathfarra, and there are some really quite marvellous trees dotted around, and it's all a bit overcast and moody here today, and really kind of atmospheric. I think if I was arriving here on the first day, I'd probably be shooting some of these scenes and giving it a bit of a go. But I'm a bit treed out, if I'm honest. And I've had some really good days. And in particular, I've been in here a few times this trip and seen some mist and fog, even a bit of light. And the other morning there was a gorgeous frost. Would you believe it? It's a bit milder and wetter now, as you can see, but yeah, it was just great, you know, made it feel a bit wintry. that cold atmosphere changes the hues, doesn't it, in the landscape? And yeah, there were some nice shots to be had. So I think I'm going to leave it there, and that means that's it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed everything I've shown you, and you know the deal. Please like it, and perhaps leave a comment, and absolutely subscribe to my channel. Every little helps. I know these are some of my first videos, but you know, going to try and get this up and running and off the ground, I think. So I'm going to leave you with a bit of atmospheric music, as is always the way in these types of videos, that let me show you some of the images that I've taken from this trip. And I'll see you all again on the next one soon. Bye.